So this is how I generally make a concert video. I go File, New. You can choose a new library if you're going to save it to an external drive. And then New Event once you place wherever your library is going to be. You guys are probably just going to save it to your computer. So you definitely want to start a new event so that you can have all your media for just the movie that you're making. Once you start a new event, then you're going to want to import all of the media, which of course means the video and audio and everything. So we're going to go ahead and import all of the videos for this project a little bit at a time. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Once you downloaded all of your videos, you're going to start a new project in that same event folder. Start a new project. This one I'm calling Tutti or Everyone. It's good to start with Everyone. Before you load in any videos though, I always choose from the title generators, I choose some kind of a blank screen to put at the bottom. If you don't do this, when you put things in later, you're not going to be able to move around anything that's on the base layer, nor will you be able to delete it. So it's good to have like a base layer that's nothing important. So I started with my bass player and put in his video, and note where the audio file starts. I'm going to try to make sure I line up everyone's audio file to start at the same spot. Now, of course, you're going to have to do a lot of listening and a lot of precise stuff here, but I'm just kind of showing you how the audio files are generally lined up. Putting in my cello players next. Looking for the cello players. So you can actually view your media as a list or as like thumbnails. So this one I was having a little bit of trouble moving because it needed to go further forward. So I actually had to like take some off of the front. And then when I tried to move it, I couldn't get it exactly right. So I went into the tool that expands the clips so you can see them bigger. And then I was able to move it more with ease and really kind of see what I was doing a little bit better. So now I'm going to skip ahead. I went ahead and added in all the other ones. Believe it or not, I think this is at 4 times the speed that I did it. It's quite a long process to get everything in there. Adding them in, adding them in, adding them in. All right, we're going to skip ahead again. Once they're added in, you have to put all the little boxes. You have to resize everything to little boxes and put them on the screen. You can make your little boxes even. I don't like to have them all even anymore. I used to do that and I got over it. I like them to kind of be different. I think it's a little artsier. But however you want to do it, you arrange all your boxes on the screen. Then when you're done with that, you can go ahead and export that video, the Tutti video, or the Everyone video. All right, I noticed when I was placing them in boxes, I changed what I was seeing on the screen again so that I could see all of the videos down below a little bit easier. So you can do that with the little like measury kind of tool over on the right hand side there. I don't know what to call that. Looks almost like a film strip or something, but it's kind of, I think it's like a ruler or something. It's the scale tool. Alrighty. So once they're all lined up, as I said, you can share. 720 is fine. 1080 is the biggest you're going to be able to upload to YouTube. Never choose the master file because it's going to be several gigabytes and just takes up a whole lot of room. And again, YouTube won't even load something that's bigger than 1080, or it will, but it will compress it to 1080. So then you go to your project, the Tutti Everyone, and you duplicate the project and call it something else. This is important. You don't want to have to line up all the cellos again. You don't want to have to line up all the violins again. So you take the project where you've already lined up everything and duplicate it. And then just delete the ones that you don't want. it was a long time before I came to this conclusion. And once I figured this out, it made my work go by much quicker when I was editing things with, 50 kids at a time or something on the screen. This was much, much better. So then I take my cellos and line them up and put them nicely on the screen. And then I go back and I duplicate the Tutti Everyone project again. And I delete everything that's not a violin and then line all my violins up. Then I go back and duplicate the project and delete everything that's not a viola and line up all my violas like I like. And so on and so on. And then I export all of the projects to the desktop. And I'm going to skip ahead again. Now imagine that everything has already been exported. Each of those files has been shared to the desktop. So I start a new project. Before I do anything, I'm going to put a blank generator. I'm going to go to titles generators and put like some kind of a blank screen beneath everything. Otherwise, I won't be able to move whatever is on the bottom layer or do anything with it. So then I put in the mixed audio. Let's assume that you have exported all the audio into Soundtrap and made a great, or GarageBand or whatever you use, and made a great audio mix. So my audio mix is in. I'm going to take one of the layers and make sure I line the audio up with the audio of the Soundtrap file. Once I've done that, then they should all be able to line up with that one, because remember, I copied them all from the Tutti Everyone base layer. Then I didn't do this on this video, but remember that you want to mute or detach the audio from all of the videos that you add in, because you're going to use your mixed audio from the bottom of the screen. All right, so then let's say I want to start with everyone at the beginning, or I want to start with just the cellos at the beginning. Let's start with just the cellos at the beginning. So I got just my cellos. Then I'm going to use the blade tool, which I think might look like a razor blade on your computer. It's different on different Final Cut versions. All right, then I'm going to have the second violin show for a second. After the second violins, I'm going to go ahead and use the blade tool at the end of that second violin clip. And now maybe we'll show the violas for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and move everything over so we can see the violas. Or the cellos, or whatever it was in this case. I'm talking, but not paying a lot of attention. All right. So I go ahead and do that so that each section can be shown and everything will be lined up perfectly. I figured this out after a lot of painstaking lining up over and over and over again to try to get everybody lined up with the music. If you do it this way, everybody's lined up. You line up everyone in the initial video, that Tutti video, and then everything else is just making it look nice, and making different combinations and putting it all together. And you don't have to worry about the fact that you don't have to worry about lining up with the music every single time, because everything is lined up for you in the initial video that you made. Once you finish that, then you can add your titles. I'm extending that base layer that I put in so that I can put some kind of a title generator. In the case of this movie, you might want to use one of the photos that came with it, and then you can add your titles. I often have to add more than one title. I feel like if you want to use different fonts and you want to have control over where things are on the screen, sometimes you have to add multiple titles. And then you go to the end of the movie and add in your credits and such, and you export, and you are done. So that is my concert video workflow demonstration. Have fun.